is Reese, and for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. I decided in the year 2026 I wanted to start filming content, so that is what this is. Sorry my hair is being a disaster. Okay, so I guess best thing for the first video of the year, I'm going to tell you about my 2026 ins and outs and resolutions. For some of them I'll probably stop to talk, and for some of them I might not really elaborate. So I guess let's just get into it. First, my 2026 ins. Number 1, journaling. I feel like I'm not too much of a journaler, but I want to be, so I'm gonna try journaling. I don't think I'm gonna do it very consistently, so I think my goal right now is to just write down when something big happens and elaborate on it, because even if I don't want to tell another person, it's always good to get it out, and if that's a journal, that's good. I'm not going to like hard press say I need to write it down in a physical journal, just because I think that's pretty restrictive and I just don't know if that'll happen. So I'm just looking for maybe my notes app, my iPad, type it down on a Word doc, or write it on paper. So maybe at the end of the year I'll compile them all or something. Number 2, reading fun and trashy books. Hey guys, I have a Kindle and I have Kindle Unlimited. And I don't know if you have Kindle Unlimited, but 95% of those books are trashy romance. And my great aunt who passed away a few years ago, she had basically a library in her house. That's how much she loved to read. And she had those like the $5 dollar store romance books with the shirtless guy. And sometimes they're fun to read. It can really get me out of like a funk of not reading if I read for fun, stuff like that. Really fun. It can be silly too. Like sometimes they're so badly written that it's funny. And I just feel like I'm a full-time college student, and I'm a history major, so I do a lot of reading for my classes. And sometimes it can be really daunting to be like, okay, and I want to read this book and it's really serious, and I just feel like, ugh, it feels like work sometimes. So if I read some silly books, maybe it'll help. Number 3, cussing. I love cussing. Confession. I am the daughter of 2 young parents. My parents had me when they were 22 and 25, so not like insanely young, but pretty young. My dad's a truck driver. My whole family has kind of always been full of people who cuss. I love it. I think it adds emphasis. I don't think it's fun when you say it like every single word, because then you kind of like, it loses its power or whatever, but I think it's fun. I like to do it, so it's in this year. Number 4, tattoos. I have 1 tattoo. You can't really see it well, but I love tattoos. I want more, and I think this will channel it. If I'm like, yeah, also tattoos are cool in general, so I want to celebrate them this year. Number 5, doing my own hair. And I don't mean styling my own hair. Obviously I style my own hair, but I used to dye my own hair in high school and it actually looked pretty good and it was pretty healthy. And I cut my own bangs last year, and I had never cut my own hair before. And I realized that it's not as scary cutting your own hair as you think it's going to be. So I want to do it more, save some money. Number 6, utilizing my public library. I work in my university's library, and I'm actually part of my degree is I'm pursuing a certificate in what is called GLAM studies, which is galleries, libraries, archives, and museums. And my focus is archives, but I also love libraries. And I think they're really important, especially at this time where we're seeing a push away from physical space. I think it's really important to utilize the beautifulness that is the third space of libraries. So this year I am going to go to the public library at my university, and I am going to get a library card. Number 7, less makeup / more skincare friendly makeup. This isn't necessarily like I don't want to see other people with full coverage makeup. I love a good beat, but when I turned 20 in June of 2025, I started getting acne again, and I've realized that my makeup doesn't help. And I had this like, since freshman year of high school, I used to put on makeup every single morning, and I do appreciate the routine, and I will still continue to do a decent amount of makeup because it's something I enjoy doing. But I need to learn to love my face without makeup, because I don't think I give appreciation to OG Reese, and I want to do more of that. Here's up. Number 8. calling out stupid, problematic things that people say. I think we let people say stupid shit way too often, because I think it is cool for us to call out people who are doing stupid shit. And I think it's important to do that. So I'm going to continue to do that. And that doesn't always have to be like me personally. Like, if somebody's being problematic or stupid, call them out. Number 9, being emotional. I am an emotional baddie. I am so emotional. I have so much love in my heart for everybody, and I'm so passionate. And I think being emotional says a lot about you as a person, and I'm tired of us saying that it's a bad thing. So I am going to put an emphasis on my emotionalness and celebrate it. No shame. Number 10, getting off my phone. Unfortunately, guys, I think we all are on our phones way too much. Sue me. Sue me. I just think we are on them too much as a society, and I personally want to experience more of the world. So I'm going to get off my phone a little bit more. I just noticed like times where I'm just scrolling through TikTok, I think I would rather be going outside, sitting on the porch, or like calling my mom or something, because I live far away from home and I want to utilize that space more. Number 11, quality over quantity. I think we as a society are so focused on pushing out things like content or whatever so much that we actually lose focus of what makes something very good quality. I would rather take an extra bit of time on something, if I am able to make it better, than have made 2 things in that time that aren't as good of quality. 12, I think we put such an emphasis on productivity that even when we do like vacations and stuff, we don't get to relax. Like, we don't feel a vacation is a good enough vacation unless we did a bunch of stuff. And I want to be able to like sit on the beach and read a book, or sit on the beach and do something, or rot in the hot tub, or I don't know. But I want to do that this year. And finally, for my ends, number 13, stimming. I am neurodivergent. Shocker. If you're a boomer, you're probably thinking, isn't everybody now? But I have learned a lot of my behavior is stimming, and I never allowed myself to do it because I always thought I looked weird or stupid. And that itself is stupid mentality, and I'm cutting it out of my life. My 2026 outs. Number 1, being complacent. I think complacency is honestly a big problem as to why our country looks like what it does today. So I'm not going to be complacent, and I don't think you should be either. Also, even when it comes to like stupid shit, like your friend being like, I'm gonna text my ex-boyfriend because we're partying, we're drunk. No, that is the worst thing you could do. I think that's important. Number 2, saying sorry for crying. I've noticed that I do this so often. When I'm upset and I cry in front of somebody, I apologize. I will be having a difficult emotional conversation and I will start crying and say sorry. What are you sorry about? Don't apologize. So I need to put an emphasis on that. Number 3, making excuses for others. Now, I just realized for the longest time that we talk about ourselves, we're like, not to make an excuse, but then we allow like other people to walk all over us and treat us badly or inconvenience us, and we give them an excuse like, oh, maybe they're having a bad day. And it's like, it's okay to explain behavior. Like, it's okay to have understanding and go, wow, this person had a loss in their life, or this person's having a really hard day. Maybe this is where this behavior came from, if it's not intentional. But if people are intentionally hurting you, no matter what they have going on, you do not deserve that. And it is okay to hold people responsible for what they do. Number 4, overconsumption. Guys, I know we live in a society where overconsumption is very normalized, but I think it's weird if you have a million clothes and you've only ever worn them 3 times. It's okay to not have a million clothing options, especially when you wear them. And you can have a lot of clothes as long as you are utilizing your closet and using all of your pieces. And if you're not, give them to people who will. Don't throw them away. Do not put them in the landfill. Boo, boo. Shame people you know who throw clothes away. Also, like, if something has a very tiny hole, sew it. Learn to sew. Fix your stuff. Like, your favorite sweater has a hole in it It doesn't need to not be your favorite sweater anymore. It can still be your favorite sweater. Fix it. Number 5, stretching myself thin. My physical condition, I suffer from flare-ups with my condition, and they can be exacerbated by stress and things like that. So when I commit myself to so many things and I keep pushing and pushing myself, I eventually hurt myself, and it's not very fun. So I need to learn to not do that. Number 6, burnout. I burn out super easily, unfortunately, and a lot of people do. We're at a time where everything is just insane, and in college you're pushing yourself and pushing yourself and pushing yourself, and that's not very fun. And in general, I just think life would be a little bit better if we all gave ourselves the breaks we needed and prevented burnout in that way. Number 6, not listening to my body. Again, with being disabled, my body will literally tell me, girl, you're exhausted, let's take a break. And I go, la 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 la, I have to hang out with my friends, I have to do a bunch of stuff, I have to be productive. And then I wake up the next day in intense pain. And I need to stop that. Number 7, Spotify is out, y'all. Spotify out the door. Fuck ICE, and fuck the fact that Spotify is running ICE recruitment ads. And also, I hate AI. Hey, fuck AI. And I hate the fact that Spotify uses it, which sucks because like DJ as a concept is cool, but I hate AI. So I'm using Apple Music, which is not much better, but at least they don't run ICE recruitment ads. Number 8, impulse shopping. I have never really been an impulse shopper because I've always been Baroque. But I think it's really important to not just spend and spend and spend and spend. That's how we become over consumers. Number 9, masking. That goes along with stimming in my ins. I think it's so annoying when we all want to be basic and normal, when we have fun personalities. I shouldn't have to fit myself into the box that you fit yourself in because that's what we think is important. Number 10, bed rotting. Now, I am mentally ill. I understand how great it feels to bed rot, but I also understand that wallowing is not going to make me feel any better about my current situation. And honestly, I feel bad about it later because I spent 5 hours in bed. So I am learning other ways to make myself feel better during rough times. 11, over perfectionism. Not everything has to be perfect. You're a human, not a robot. Number 12, single-use plastic. We all live in an era where single-use plastic is very unavoidable, and it sucks that it's everywhere. But I try to recycle when I can, obviously. But then also, like, certain plastics I reuse, like this little cleansing balm that came in a little sampler. I will reuse it again later because it's just in this little plastic. I don't know what else I'll put in there, but I'll put something in there because plastic, like all these single-use plastics, a lot of them are very strong. Reuse them. Number 13, TikTok. Guys, unfortunately, TikTok has not been giving me, maybe if you're not in America, you can love TikTok, but unfortunately, as an American, TikTok has been hiding my news and not showing me accurate information, and I'm sick of it. So I'm kicking that bitch to the curb. Instagram Reels shows me what they need to. Yes, I know they're owned by Mark Zuckerberg, but I fear... Okay, last but not least, my 2026 resolutions. Okay, the first one, get at least one more tattoo. Come on, guys, I already said this. 2026 is the year of the tattoo. I'm itching. I need another one. Stay on the dean's list. Last year, my freshman year of college, I worked like 30 hours a week off campus to be able to pay for my tuition, and I've gotten it figured out this year in a way where I don't necessarily have to do that. So I'm kind of more financially stable, which means I've had more time to focus on school, and I'm not putting all of my worth into academics. And I'm not going to die if this doesn't happen, if I get off the dean's list, but it's a great thing. And it just shows that I'm able to put my academics as my priority and remind myself that I'm doing great. So why not? Number 3, drink more water. I kind of put this one every year. And I feel like I drink a lot of water as is, but I guess more could never hurt. So in the spirit of that, oh my God, it's so cold. Number 4, eat more fruits and veggies. My college is starving me, guys. They don't give us nutrients. At most, fruit-wise, we have like apples and oranges. And I'm not really an apple girly unless they're baked. And they don't do that. And they're usually not ripe. And then also oranges. And the oranges taste like nothing. They don't taste good, so I don't. And the vegetable options are not there. So I guess I'm just going to have to substitute that myself. I fortunately have the money to get myself groceries, so I'm going to prioritize when I get myself groceries to have more of those be my fruits and veggies, because if I want sweets or whatever, I can get them at the dining hall for my meal plan that I pay for. Number 5, save as much as possible. Guys, I never had the opportunity to save because when I worked in high school and stuff, I was always using that money for things that were more pertinent to me than saving. And now that I don't have to work off campus, I work just on campus, I want to save more of my money than I do. I also am allowing myself to have fun money. So I am basically looking for a perfect balance of fun money and saving money. I want to cut down on my screen time, get off my phone. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. I feel like I've talked about phones a lot. 5, 6, 7, number 7, I fear. Take a solo trip. I've always been on vacations with other people, but I do love my alone time. So I think that sometime this summer, I'm going to find a decently cheap place with hopefully money that I save. And I'm going to have a beautiful, fun little staycation for myself. Number 8. Celebrate the small things. I feel like I don't celebrate small things in my life. Every time I get an A on a paper or something, I kind of just put it in my pocket. I want to do a little thing every time I have a small thing. I don't know what exactly yet, but I want to celebrate it. Number 9, appreciate my body for what it does for me. Again, as somebody with a chronic illness, it's really hard to remember that my body is doing the best it can. And I feel like I don't, like, for the longest time, I had a lot of self-hate because I didn't see myself as beautiful, and my body was always saying fuck you to me because I was in a lot of pain. And now I have a partner who makes me feel amazing about myself, and it's really lovely, and I have a great time, and I have a community really that makes me feel great about my body and feel beautiful. So I got that part down. I guess I'm not as self-hating in that way, but I definitely really feel bad about myself when I have a pain flare-up, and I just don't think that's fair because my body is doing what it can best, and I think I need to appreciate that. Like, I get to walk. Most days I walk without struggle. I breathe very well. My body is very communicative with me, and I don't think I appreciate it enough. So that's what I'm gonna do this year. 10, advocate for others and myself. About putting boundaries down and telling people when they've crossed them. So that is what I'll be doing for myself, and also for people who can't communicate as well. There are people who don't know how to communicate for themselves, or people who aren't able to, and I will be the person to push that for them. Number 11, hand in hand with the last one, using my privilege for people who don't have as much. I'm a white female presenting person in America, and that's kind of half of the fight right now. And if I can protect somebody else by using my white savior powers, I guess I'll do that. Number 12, learn a new skill / hobby. I've kind of done the same hobbies my entire life. I learned to crochet when I was like in middle school, and that's my biggest hobby. I've been a reader since I was really little, so I want to learn something new. I think I'm going to try to do piano. I tried a few years ago and I got frustrated, so I didn't, but I think I want to pick a skill that it's going to take time, make intentional use of my time. So maybe piano, maybe guitar, maybe, I don't know, but those are all the things on the list. I hope you learned some fun things about me, and I hope you will come back for whatever video I make next. And it would be great if you liked this video. It would be great if you commented, maybe shared some of your ins and outs, some of your resolutions and thoughts about mine. And if you want, you can subscribe to me so you can see future videos in the future, I guess. Alrighty, well, I love you. I love every one of you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!